Alright guys, I just want to show you guys today the TOPDON TC002 Thermal Imaging Camera attachment. So this is something that you can attach right to the dock of your phone. I've got the Lightning version here, but they do have the USB-C version, and it comes in both gray and pink, so the color of your choosing as well. But you can see this thing is super small and super convenient, but I'm going to show you just how powerful it really is and how well it works using the app on your phone. So there's a variety of uses for this thing. So I got it initially because my room was getting cold. I knew the leak was coming from the window, but I couldn't pinpoint where. But I pointed this thing at the window, found out exactly where that leak was coming from, and I was able to fix that issue. I've even used it to compare two space heaters to figure out which one got hotter faster. But you can even use it as a makeshift security camera, because if you point it out at the backyard, you know, you can see the animals or anything else that may be rustling back there using the thermal imaging. So a variety of uses. It does come in this case as well, which is nice and tough. But inside there's a soft padding that'll protect it. So you just put this guy in there and then close it up, and then you're good to go. Within there as well, you'll see this cleaning cloth for the camera, and it comes with both the USB and Lightning extension cables. So that's going to be useful for if you want to get into a tight spot and you don't want to put your phone there. You can just put the camera inside that little space using these extension cables. So let's check out the app now, see exactly what features are available in there and what power it unlocks for this little guy. So let's take a look. All right guys, so here in front of us we have a glass measuring cup full of cold water, and this one is just recently boiled water. And so I think one of the first points we need to make is that, thermal imaging, not only works for the hot stuff, that's what it's traditionally used for, but it can also be used to detect colds. So just the one thing that you want to keep in mind is not going to be the smoothest movements. So even as you can see, there's a bit of a lag there, but for what it's worth, for the convenience of something as small as this, and for the accuracy, honestly, I mean, even with this slow lag, you can tell that it's giving you accurate readings. So basically, by default, it'll read what's in the middle of the screen. So it'll give you that temperature, and it'll read also the coldest part. So it's pointing to the cold cup there, and then it will read the hottest part, and then that will be represented by this graph over to the right. One of the key things you'll notice is that you can take photo and video of what you're recording. That is helpful to you. But kind of starting from the very left, let's take a look at everything that we can adjust. So we talked about the photo and video, and then right next to that, there's an option for dots. So you can place 3 dots on the screen, and that's going to record the temperature wherever you place your finger. If you press more than 3, it'll just replace the last one that you placed, as you can see here. You can also draw a line. So we can draw a line from, say, the cold cup to the boiling cup, and then you'll see immediately it reads 69 over here and then 133 over there. And you can do 3 of these lines as well. You can just easily remove those by clicking on the lines. Same thing with the dots. You can remove the ones you placed by clicking on them. And then you have plane, which basically averages out whatever may be inside of the square that you would draw yourself. And then there's full image, which is basically what we have already. That's the default. And then you can delete everything and start anew just by deleting using that delete button there. Okay, this one here, so you can actually press dual light, and what happens is that it'll put the image of whatever you're actually recording, the actual image, on the screen with you, and you can make that larger. And you have the option to change the transparency of it. And lastly, you can have the option to zoom in. With that button there, you can change the various color schemes to whatever suits your fancy. I like to stick with this default one here. And then here, again, more basically image editing options, so you can rotate the image if that's helpful. You can set alarms, so if it reaches a certain temperature or both high and low, it'll play a sound that you can set down here. There's even that contrast, where you can adjust the contrast to your liking. You can turn the bar on and off using this button here. And then you can even change the font color as well as the brightness of the screen here. And then finally, mirroring, which means it'll just flip-flop it. And then lastly, if you're in an environment where everything is basically really hot, you can change it to the high temperature mode so that it provides you with more accurate reading. But basically, by default, you would be in the normal temperature mode. So that's basically it. As you can see, it definitely knows where things are hot and where things are cold, and it'll display it very clearly to you on the app. So definitely check this thing out today. It's super small and convenient that you can just attach to your phone.